Ohio gozai, my shredheads. Today I wanted to show you this concept that I've been doing for the last year basically, and it is a concept that has helped me a ton when it comes to my guitar playing. This concept, slow improv plus intentional practice, playing slowly every day, very methodically, and to the point of being as accurate as possible so that it leaks into your subconscious. These two things together are like the peanut butter and jelly of just technique and skill. And I've seen way more improvement in my playing in the last year or two than I've seen in decades, more or less, because I finally sat down and I said, you know what, it's time to actually make this thing happen. Let's make this thing work. And these two concepts that I've more or less have adopted have really just rocket boosted my playing into a better place than it was years and years ago. And I feel so grateful for finding these kinds of concepts. And I want to share it with you guys, share it with the world, and I think they're great concepts. If you haven't seen how to practice effectively, my video on how to practice effectively, check that out. I talk about the intentional practice, how to sit down and really hone in on what makes muscle memory work, what makes getting your licks and your phrases and your patterns, what embeds them into your subconscious. And today I want to show you the jelly of those two concepts, which is slow improv. Slow improv is awesome because you're basically taking those exact things that you've been practicing and you're actually playing music with them. You know, you're changing patterns, changing exercises, whatever, what have you, in the actual music, and you're creating your own style out of it. And that's one thing I really like about it. And slow improv lets you get the technique down perfectly as you're playing very slowly. Emphasis on the slow instead of fast. And it allows you to add in new things as well very seamlessly. The thing is, when it comes to improv, you're trying your best to play at a faster speed, at a speed that's at the tempo itself when you're jamming. But the thing is, a lot of times a lot of people overestimate how good they are at their practice and how good they've gotten things down. And so by playing slow, you're more or less just continuing on the practice. And the thing is, when it comes to muscle memory in general, consistency and accuracy go hand in hand, as well as sleep every day. The thing is, with muscle memory, it embeds itself when it comes to just being as consistent at something as possible. So if you're playing something consistently sloppy, you're going to consistently play a certain lick or phrase consistently sloppy. But if you're playing something consistently accurate, then you're going to play something consistently accurate, more or less. And when you're trying to play at a speed that is above what you can play at, you're going to be playing things you're going to find compromises in your playing. And by playing slow, you don't have to compromise. You can actually find what's going wrong and fix it right then and there, instead of having to go back decades of technique and trying to refix everything. This helps you warm up, it helps you stay on top of your game, it helps you stay not as rusty, and it's revolutionized my own playing, and I think it's great. So how do you do slow improv? Slow improv is pretty easy to do. You know how to jam with tracks, you know how to solo over like A minor, G major, stuff like that. Everybody knows how to do that stuff, and it's great for lead playing. But slow improv is basically you're dialing it back 50%, 75%, something like that. The backing track, you slow it down. You're playing at a very slower pace, but on top of that, you slow your own playing down too. which can take some restraint, because when you have things that are already in your subconscious, already bedded into your playing, like you're going to be playing fast at a lot of these licks and patterns. But the thing is, you want to be consistently at a somewhat slower tempo, and you want things to just day by day over time to naturally build up the speed while you're playing at a very accurate, precise way. And in order to do that, you really need to like hone in on your playing and play slow. If you're playing something off, slow it down. If you're, just keep doing that type of thing until you really get it down. You can speed things up. I think I still speed things up for some performances I do, which you could still see some mistakes in. But it just in general, from a macro point of view, things have gotten a lot cleaner for me, and I'm still focusing on refining my own playing, and I think slow improv has really helped me out a ton. I haven't heard a ton of musicians talk about this concept before. They usually hint on muscle memory, but they don't really go super deep into it. And I think it's a huge thing when it comes to just learning skills in general, is to just play or just do things as slow and as accurate as possible as you can do, and try to do them on a very consistent daily basis instead of just going all out, adding in millions of hours a day. It's more about how consistent you can be on a daily basis, because that goes into my other point with muscle memory, is that sleep is a big thing, because when you go to sleep, that's when your brain compounds all of these memories, all of these ideas, these things, as well as your subconscious impressions, and puts them all into one big old thing for the next day, so you can get better and better at things. And in my opinion, accuracy and speed are a very long-term projection type of thing. So when you're playing things very slowly, don't think you're going to be, I think it's not healthy to think that you're going to be like way faster at this in a couple weeks. In my opinion, when I'm playing super slow, I'm thinking ahead like a year or maybe 6 months at least. And I'm thinking, okay, in a year or 6 months from now, I'm going to be pretty dang good at what I'm working on now, which is very slow. Like right now, I'm working on arpeggios. I'm not the best at arpeggios, but I can play them slowly in the slow improv, and it's helping me get to where I want to be on guitar, alongside intentional practice, which is playing everything very slowly and playing about 3 minutes per lick or phrase or what have you. Those two things together are really helping my guitar playing out a ton, and I want to demonstrate how to do it. So let's get on with it. Let's stop talking. Let's play some stuff. I'm going to play at full speed first, and then I'm going to play at slow speed, which is 50% second. I have the chord Pandora down here. The chord Pandora is awesome. I practice with this every day, and that's because it's super easy to improv with, and it's super easy to just slow things down. The sound quality isn't the greatest, but it gets the job done, which is the most important thing. So let's get on with it. Let's play some fast stuff right about now. Okay, so that was the fast thing. You may have heard a couple mistakes in there, but in general, it's a lot cleaner than it was. And the thing is, when you play slower, you can clean things up even better. And so let's play slow. as you can see, you can hone things in very easily when you play slow. It gives you enough headroom to really see what you're doing wrong and fixing it. And it gives you enough headroom too to experiment with things that you're not exactly the best at yet. And by just playing slow every day or every other day, you're just going to consistently get better and better at a lot of these slower patterns and licks that you are doing. I think alongside intentional practice as well as slow improv, it's really going to rocket your results when it comes to guitar in general. For me personally, I can't wait for maybe 3 more years, or since I even just started this journey of doing muscle memory, like basing my entire playing off of muscle memory, because I've seen so much improvement for myself within the last couple of years doing this stuff than I have in decades, and that's very exciting for me, and I think it will be very exciting for you. So that's why I want to make this video, so you won't waste decades like I have, and you'll get faster and you'll get more accurate, and you can play what you want to play in the style you want to play and do the things you want to do on the instrument instead of being burdened with disappointment. Like, there's nothing worse in life than trying really hard at something and not getting there. But don't give up, keep going. That's my best advice. Take this and the intentional practice video I did, how to practice effectively, and just run with it. Run with the ball and make your way to the touchdown and be the best you can be. And thank you so much for watching this video. It's been my honor. Thank you so much.